So I'm recording to the cloud, but I don't really know how to record back to Facebook.
Yeah.
So he's coming back.
Nobody's watching anymore.
Oh,
I don't need to be
They're
here.
already on C-SPAN or CNN or something.
Okay. So he said he's coming back.
while we're waiting, and I see Athena just went off, I assume that you all saw the exciting news about Aldrin with his new
Yes.
plan.
I'm still here. I was saving that, but I'm still
Sorry.
here.
Sorry.
And I know we sent out a letter to everybody. And of
Yeah.
course, we're all saddened that he's going on, and at the same time, so happy and proud of him.
Good news for the fun for the city.
I know.
I'm sorry,
and
can you
all
make
young
it out like a
people,
round
and all our young
and all
people.
that?
Yep.
I'm sorry, can you
It's
make an
full circle.
announcement? I missed all of that. I'm
Well,
busy. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Let's do
Deputy
it.
Borough President Algin Bonilla will
Yeah.
be moving on as Executive Vice President of the Fund for the City of New York.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we sent a notice to all community board members. So if you didn't see it, you should be receiving it.
We
Okay.
received today.
Yes. Well, congratulations, Aldrin.
Yeah, we're having a retirement party. I'm sorry, a farewell. It's not retirement. His farewell
Farewell.
for him on Friday. If anybody is interested.
Right.
Is it
You gotta-
virtual?
I knew somebody was going to ask. Is it virtual?
No, this one is not.
Oh.
So Shatik, welcome back.
Good.
Shatik, we were trying to get connected to Facebook again. Is that something you can support? We're recording, but
I
not.
could try it against Cicely if you can make me the host. You just right click by my picture, the three buttons next to the mute.
Speaking.
It's in the upper right hand corner of my picture in my box. And then yep, there you go.
Yeah. I just sent in money.
Somebody say money.
I'm gonna bring Juanita back on as well.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. It's public.
you don't have to though.
She asked me that she wanted to come back on. Unless y'all have more stuff to talk about of regards to her.
No, it's fine. I mean, it is her vote, but I mean, it is a public vote, so technically she can come back on.
Again, we're not yet streaming to Facebook, and I don't know if we need to.
But we
It's
are
fine.
recording.
We're recording.
But I'd love to have dinner.
Yeah, we're not streaming. I'm preparing that now.
Okay, I think we can move on, and we just have to take this one vote.
Great.
Okay. All right. Since we are back and we are recording,
But it has to be public.
And we're live.
we are live, right?
Okay.
Yes, we're live.
I
I need to be assigned to captioning, please.
All right, give me 1 second.
Thank you.
We're not live. If we need to, that needs to happen. Otherwise,
Well, it says preparing.
Oh, God.
Shatik, doesn't this
I think if
video?
it's public, I'm sorry. I think if you've made an announcement and anybody can come into the Zoom, it is public.
Okay,
It does not have to be broadcast.
great. We are live on Facebook.
We're back.
It's
We're
up.
back. Okay. So we did go into executive session where we had a personnel discussion. And at this time, I will entertain a motion resulting from that discussion.
So moved.
Second.
So we had to put the motion out there. You have to say the motion. So the motion.
We move that we would take the recommendation of the Personnel Committee by the raise for Juanita Anderson, position to be known as the
Community associate.
Community associate, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, yes. Community
It's,
associate.
there, that is the motion. Can we second that? Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there discussion? We already had that. Hearing none. Are we prepared to vote?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Kevin, any opposed? Any abstentions? Any recusals? The motion passes unanimously. Okay, we're gonna move on to old business. Is there any old business? Is there any old business? Is there any new business?
Yeah, I just like to, I'm sorry, with the old business. I'd like to ask a quick question, and this is to Shantiq, because I did have a chance to ask him. 124th Street in that whole block, and he did say that the police were out there. I parked my car over there a couple of weeks ago. There were people shooting up in the street. I mean, out there. What is being done? And this has been going on for a long time. I just wanted to know, he said he couldn't tell us and there was an investigation, but it's really ridiculous. If you walk, I can't believe, and people live on that block. You have children, people, and oh man, it's bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I didn't say that the police were. I didn't say that the police were out there visible. And part of it, as I was told, is was a strategy to pull them off for the investigation, and they couldn't tell me too much on why that was the strategy that they took. But it's a reason that they're not there. That's what I was advised.
Okay, I mean, because in the
at least cops, police officers in uniform. Not to say there's not police officers there, but police officers in uniform.
And street corner resources was available as well, correct?
Available for what?
For the violence that has been, the uptick in violence that's been going on. I heard that there was a murder.
On 124?
I mean, there was a murder on Lenox Avenue between 124th and 125th, maybe 3 weeks to a month ago. And Street Corner Resources,
3 weeks ago,
they did come to the scene. They also met with the victim's family at Harlem Hospital. So, I mean, they did their job, but that was after the fact.
All right. Okay.
And just to add on really quickly, public safety meeting, we did address it. We did have some residents from the area come and talk about it. So from that meeting, we decided to invite the precinct again to talk about it and the residents that live there. So we are going to have another discussion about it. And I believe it was also brought up in housing as well. So we're going to do that in public safety. That is the third Wednesday of this month.
Okay, so. And I know, just to add one comment, this is Athena. I know there's been a series of meetings also with the 125th Street bid. I know us electeds have been on different calls and certainly have fielded any of the emails that have come through about this. I think everybody is struggling with it because we all feel a sense of urgency of making sure there's some change. We've been talking to the precinct about trying to increase foot patrols, trying to make sure there's more coordination with the community-based organizations that we know are right there on that corner and in that block, but also trying to, make sure that we hold accountable any of the illicit activity perpetrators. The hard part is always, NYPD saying, they don't always have as many resources as are needed, but they do say that they're trying. And we also were informed about, any updates related to the NCOs and just what more they're trying to do under the new commander. Also in terms of the drug activities, obviously we're thinking about it on both ends with the block associations, whether it's the Mount Morris Park or some of the 124th Street block associations, trying to make sure we ID people. That's an important part that neighbors have to, step up and ID people. The stuff that's out in the open, of course, we've been concerned about the school. I think that's everybody's concern, just that it's, right there, and our kids are definitely witnessing and affecting it. But I just want to assure you, Stanley, I know Shatik and I have been on multiple calls and communications with NYPD, just saying what more can we all do together.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
We also work with the Harlem Chamber, Athena and the borough presidents on that call. Shatik is right, what he said, because that was a kind of community close door call with Harrison. What is his title? He's over. What is
Rodney Harrison?
Yes.
Detectives.
Yeah. There is some things going on, and you're right, that can't be told to the community as of now, but it's been taken. But I have to, with Athena, our community too, we have to step up to the plate. And it's their block, it's their community, but when they know certain things and know certain people, no one is coming forth. And so again, and I'm not taking up for the police by no means. I was been on it, but the community need to kind of help in some points, because sometimes we know the people. Because they live in some of the homes that is complaining, but they want all of us to do something about it. And I was at Harlem Hospital with Resource that evening. So we are trying.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dukes. Thank you, Athena. And we do want to, again, reiterate that we are talking about this in our public safety meeting. Athena, if you could attend, we are going to put out a kind of all hands on deck call for that meeting. So we want the folks to be present for that meeting.
Can I just add to, when people see as often as you see what's going on in illicit behavior, just report it to 311 constantly, so that it goes to the precinct and it gets on the CompStat report. Because once it's on the radar of CompStat too, that helps. That puts more pressure on PD to do their end.
Thank you, Tamara.
I would just like to add, Madam Chair, this is not something that's new. I actually went to school right on 124th. That's when Harlem Ridge Academy was Rice High School. And that's something that we always saw right on that corner. And it got to a point where our former principal had to come outside every morning to welcome us into the school. That was over 10 years ago. So it's still going on. So it's something that really needs to be worked on, having, people step up to the plate, like, Dr. Duke said, and come in and say, hey, this is what's going on my block. I know who's doing it, make it happen.
Thank you, Marcus. Okay. Thank you for that, discussing old business. Any new business? Any new business?
While Athena is on, I was to say of what's going on good in our community. I was pleased to see that all of the young African-American staffs that is working for our public and elected officials have pulled themselves together as a group to address some of these problems. Because, when women get involved, we really get things done. And so I want to congratulate, I'm sure Althena was a part of pulling this together. And it was great. I was on there on the Zoom call with them, and they're really doing a great job for us. Just not in their position as an employment, but caring beyond their time of duty in their employment role to serve our community.
Thank you so much. Hazel, I just want to thank you for joining us. It was an important call, and we just look forward to doing more in service around civic engagement. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That concludes new business. Are there any announcements? Any announcements?
I promise, Stephanie, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all announced this earlier today, but Love on the Block October the 10th, 12 to 5 p.m. at 155th and Bradhurst Avenue. And that's from WARM, We All Really Matter, Stephanie McGraw on domestic violence. Thank
What
you.
street?
155th and Bradhurst.
In Bradhurst.
I have one more announcement. Two announcements. Friday is the last day to register to vote. Please get the word out for the people who have not registered to vote. Friday is the last day. And the last thing I want to say is Kamala is going to kick his butt tonight.
Can I? If we can watch it.
If we, and I'm getting off. So one quick thing, this is Cheryl. So I just wanted to say next Tuesday at, I think it's 6:30, I'll send that little notice. We're trying to get young people engaged in discussing the priorities that they have for this electoral season. So we'll have some young people that will be moderating a session on 120th between Marcus Garvey Park and Malcolm X Boulevard. So I'll send you a notice in reference to it for next Tuesday evening.
Awesome.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Cicely, real quick, I just want to, Charles Powell, he wrote something in the chat. He said that we should acknowledge the great job that is being done by the live captioner, Suzanne. Her captions are spot on.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Charles. Thank you,
Tonight as well.
Suzanne. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, this is Lisa Downing. I just want to acknowledge the hard work that Cheryl and her team have put in formulating the Marcus Meets Malcolm Community Block Association. They won the Open Block program, and they've been having intense, constant programming throughout the summer that has consisted of live music, soccer for the kids, cooking classes, all sorts of things. And it's really, in a time like this, brought people together. And we all really appreciate Cheryl and her team for their efforts, and you should check out their events.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here.
Okay, that I believe that concludes our announcements. Okay.
I apologize, Cicely. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Y'all keep shooting me nasty texts, but won't get off the thing.
I'm sorry. I just realized, because the borough president sort of glossed over it, but I didn't want it to be missed. Because this is Arts Advocacy Month, the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce, Harlem Arts Alliance, the Coalition of Theaters of Color are hosting a town hall. We know that the chair of Community Board 10's Arts Committee is on board, and we want to make sure that everyone knows to come out and to support. And also that both our civic organizations are also co-sponsors. So that should be a great, great event. And the event is taking place on October 14th at 6 p.m.
Nice.
Thank you, Athena. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn the meeting at 8:44 p.m. Second.
And I second it.
I had to say before anybody else said anything.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drew. My comment can say all in favor.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Great meeting.
Take care, everybody.
Okay, see you all soon.
Stay safe.
Much love, everyone.
Good
Enjoy
night.
the debate.
Good night.
Good night.